everyone. I was just checking my YouTube feed, and by the looks of it, Steel Toe Morning Show actually responded to Kino Casino, and I thought that, I don't think that Steel Toe has been talked about enough over the past several days since the hot tub stream. I don't think these are one of those personalities that like orbit Nick that I anticipate to be like major players and enablers of his continued decline, much like Kumalat. But whereas like Kumalat has been on for like a long time and was around during like Nick's peak, Steel Toe hasn't been around so much. So I find it really, really interesting that Steel Toe is responding to Nick now, is responding to the Kino Casino now. I don't know if they covered it, but I think it might be interesting for me to kind of give my perspective on the hot tub stream. Kind of get like kind of do a quick video. Well, just do a video covering their version of what happened during that show, because we all know that the hot tub stream was like degenerate, like it was a bunch of swingers getting together making sex jokes and just being like objectively terrible people, right? That was like my takeaway from that. Kino Casino agreed. It was baffling. But yeah, I just checked his channel today and I saw that he's done a Kino Casino response video. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
But these two don't like Nick, and then they found the hot tub stream that we did. The members-only stream that we did with April, myself,
we know what it is,
Lady
bro.
Rackets, and Nick, which I will say this. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. It was silly. It was stupid. People are like, oh, it wasn't the greatest content. Of course it's not great content. It's a fucking hot tub stream. They're all terrible.
Then do something else, like produce good content. Like, that is not a justification for your actions during that stream. Like, that's not an excuse to put out, like, terrible content that nobody wants to watch, right? And again, this is the same thing with Nick. This is the same thing with a lot of these people. Like, they don't actually make good content. They just go live every single day and then ask for your money. Just beg for your money, right? Like, they're just get a job is my stance on
None
this.
of them are funny.
Hang on.
Of them are like great shows, like you're sitting in a studio and you've got an agenda and you've got topics and stories and clips and all. It's a well-organized program. You're sitting there bathing in each other's soup, drinking and talking shit into a camera. It's not going to be good. So these Kino Casino guys don't like Nick. And that
nobody likes Nick. Nobody outside of his circle likes Nick. Nick is a failure of a human being, and so are you.
Was kind of the basis for them bringing up the hot tub stream and making fun of it. But in the process, they actually just kind of had a great time and said some really funny shit. Like, to me, it came off more as absurd ball busting than it did like, yeah, fuck these guys. We're going to get them. So I wanted to play a little bit of this today. I jumped around a little bit. I watched some of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to cope with like getting roasted by Kino Casino. Like if Kino Casino wasn't being like offensive to you, that just means they don't know enough about you, right? Because like Nick, it took them a long time to like get the ins and outs of like how he behaves, how degenerate he is, like the weird thing about how he feels about his family. Like, it takes a while for you to like really wrap your head around like who this person is and why they're detestable, right? I think it's the same thing with Steel Toe Morning Show. Like, I think they're just as big of degenerates as Nick, but we don't know enough about them. Like, they have like 10,000 subs. They're not a relevant channel at all. But oh man, they went in a hot tub with Nick Rekieta. So,
but if you've never heard of these guys, it's a show called Kino Casino. It's Andy Worski, who I only know from the Salt Poppy thing, him fighting Salt Poppy. And this guy, PPP, who I've never seen until I watched this clip, I looked at him before I started watching it, and I went, oh, this guy's going to annoy the piss out of me. He's just some fat guy overplaying the fat dork thing, and he's got like either a Santa Claus jacket on or like a Hugh Hefner smoking jacket and a fucking weird captain's hat. Like, he's just kind of overplaying the douche. Like the fat kid in school who made fun of himself so other people wouldn't bully him? He was kind of giving me those vibes before I started watching it. And then I watched it, and I'm like, This guy's not bad. Like, he's got some good one-liners. He's got some funny shit to say. Andy Worski, you can tell, really hates Nick. And he kind of does the internet guy thing where he, like, wants something to be true really bad. So he says it over and over and over and over again.
Worski has met Nick in real life, so don't give me that. Don't give me that crap. Like, Worski knows better than anyone how big of a degenerate Nick is, right? Like,
projecting that he wants it to be that way. It's called Meltonizing. But I actually think the star of this clip is this PPP guy. Get word back to him. I think he's funny. I thought this whole clip was pretty hilarious and pretty spot on accurate in regards to the hot tub stream.
So he's admitting it was gay as fuck. Like, I saw that stream. Like, they were just saying you guys were about to have like a gay affair with Nick. Like,
went back and watched. As I went back and watched their clip, they played clips of our hot tub stream, and they are correct. It's kind of gay.
Kind of? No. Don't give me that shit. That is legit, real talk, like one of the gayest things I've ever seen in my life. Right? That is gayer than I don't know, like a male Twilight fan, right? Like that is gayer than I don't even know. Like a male Sailor Moon fan, right? Like that is gay. Is what I'm saying. Like kind of gay? Are you out of your mind?
All right, scratch that. It's not kind of gay. It's pretty gay.
Oh,
you
man.
know what? Scratch that. It's not pretty gay. It's all the way gay. I was actually talking to Lady Rackets about this. She had watched it, and we had both watched it. And this was like, now I don't think she hates me as much. I think we bonded a little bit.
Okay, so Lady Rackets watches Kino Casino confirmed. That's interesting.
Over the Kino Casino video. But we both were like, this is fucking hilarious. And we also...
That is interesting. Gotta love how, like, nobody's watching this video, by the way. There are no views for this 10-hour-old video.
We also said the same thing. I don't remember it getting that gay, but that was too gay. That was like touching tips gay. That doesn't need to happen again. But...
You literally made a joke about, like, touching tips. Like, how do you not... There's no way you were that drunk that you don't remember how... No, you are in denial, sir, that you are a homosexual. Like, you're so deep in the closet. You're finding yourself in Narnia, bro.
Tone it down next time. But let's watch these guys. I'm going to skip around a little bit because it is a 30-minute fucking slog. Again, funny. But at the same time, again, 30 minutes. I mean, I can't play the whole fucking thing. So we'll play a little bit of their intro here and then jump around.
Speaking of homoerotic tension, let's go into Nick Rekieta.
Okay. So right off the bat, how am I not supposed to like this fat fuck? What a great segue. And you guys, if you haven't seen the hot tub stream yet, you have no idea how right he is about the homoerotic tension thing.
I have seen it. He's he's like downplaying it. It was bad.
Kind of nails it. I think April's willing to come back, so I might actually wait because I want her to watch this too. I think she would really like this one.
Oh no.
And
okay.
I think it would cheer her up. Something
Why?
wonderful.
Why did he show it to Kayla before his wife? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Where are they based? Like, are they in Minnesota? Because that was something that, like, I find it so strange that this channel with like 10,000 subscribers is like able to travel to Rekieta's house. I know they don't have real jobs, so
to watch this one. Let's see. Hold on. I'm getting a message from her now. We'll see what she wasn't going to take any of today off until you told me to. Well, then you can come back. I was just looking out for you. I wasn't trying to say that you had to take the day off. I saw that you were having a tough time, and I said you can if you want to. I
Oh
thought you wanted to take the
no.
day off.
Oh no. Trouble in Paradise? Oh no. Like, this is why I would not do like a radio show with my wife, right? Like, I don't intend on showing a girlfriend on this channel at all because I don't even want her to know it exists because you're constantly saying things about her that no, like no, that is not a good idea.
She says she's listening. No, come on back. If it's going to help you out, absolutely. Maybe I'm being too much of the caring guy.
Oh
Maybe I'm
no.
being too much of the protector type. No, if it's going to
Passive
look,
aggressive.
like I said, for me, like doing a show distracts me from bad shit. But I also understand that I'm a fucking weirdo, and every time I try to like tell people how I do shit, I always find out what a weirdo I am. Like I go, oh, you know what helps me is I do this. And then I find out that with like almost everybody to a T, they're the opposite way. So I don't want to tell them to do shit. I've learned the hard way in life. I don't tell people to do shit my way unless they're like, if it's like life or death and I'm like, look, get your fucking head on straight and just try this. But like, if they're struggling, I'm not going to be like, you know what helps me when I struggle? Just do exactly what I do. I kind of let them go, hey, why don't you take a breather and figure out how you want to handle this? So, yeah, you know what? If she wants to come on back and do that, I think she would really enjoy this Kino Casino thing.
I'm curious if she would. Like, I bet she won't. Like, I bet she won't find it funny. I'm curious what she thinks.
No, April, I think you're just reading too much into it. Come on back, let's do the show, and if it's going to help you, I think that would be great.
Reading too much into it? What does that mean?
I think I'll be honest, if she's willing to come back, I don't want to do this Kino Casino clip without her. Because she hasn't seen this yet, and I know she really, really wanted to. So I'm going to wait. I think April should come on back.
This is an
I think she wasn't going to take any time.
I'm pretty sure this is an Alyssa Clips video, by the way, which is interesting.
I'm off the show today until I told her to take the day. Well, I don't want to. She says I never take days off, so on and so forth. No, I just.
Oh, come on. Are you really going to take what your wife says? Yeah.
I would love to do the show with her. I think that would be great. I see now that I was kind of being a little overprotective by telling her, hey, why don't you just fucking take the day, sit, relax, enjoy yourself, so on and so forth. She says my face is a mess. I'm good. I don't want to do this segment now. If you don't do, because this is one that you were really looking forward to. And now I feel bad. Now I feel like shit.
Just wait until she comes back, bro. Like, what's the big deal? Like,
because I hate that. Don't you hate that when you feel like you're doing a nice thing and you're doing a good thing for someone? And then it ends up being, you realize that you were just being a little overprotective, and they're like, well, if you go back and watch the video part. And
no wonder they're getting into swinging. They're not happy with each other at all.
Now we're doing this publicly, and I don't like that. That's fucking gay, but...
Then why are you doing it?
I just thought maybe she was having a tough time, and she's like, can I have 5 minutes? And all I said was, take the whole show if you'd like to. Meaning, like, there's no mandate for you to come back. Like, if you're struggling, then take the day. We all take personal days from work. It happens. All right. Well, I'll just move on. Doesn't look like she wants to come back and do the show right now.
Does she come back? I'm curious.
This is all just so fun. I think I probably should wrap.
She never does.
Like, honestly, if the only thing stopping me from wrapping up the show right now is people are going to talk shit and clip and be like, oh, he's a fag and this and that. They're going to do that anyway. Like, today is already kind of a shit on steel toe day. So what are you going to do? But then again, you've got paying customers and shit, and you should probably do a show for them. I do wish April would come back and do the show. If I had it my way, I would want her to go. I didn't know. She wasn't giving me vibes that she wanted to do the show.
Oh, no. But the way it sounds, the way he's acting, like, she didn't want to be around him. Like, oh, man. Legit, like, oh, man. Like, they must have a dysfunctional relationship because Kiwi Farms, one of the very few things that Kiwi Farms uncovered about them, I think this was just before the hot tub stream, was that like she publicly stated that he wasn't able to make her come. Like, what? Like, publicly? Like, you don't talk about that shit publicly. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, talking shit about your SO, like, on air, absolute no. Like, again, I don't. Again, I mentioned this earlier. I don't like talking about my girlfriends at all. Right? Like, it's not something that ever comes up really. And yeah, in comparison to this, like, oh, it makes me look bad talking about her. Then why are you doing it? Like,
So I wanted her.
this isn't a woman who's off camera, by the way. Like, she co-hosts with him, right? The Steel Toe Morning Show is him and her. So, like, the audience is like, we have a much better understanding of what their dynamic is like compared to like Nick and Kayla, because April's on air like every day. Like, oh, man.
Her to be able to take the day so she could, get some sleep and feel better. But now she's like, I didn't want to take a day off. Now I don't want her to take the day off. Now I want her to come on the show. And now I feel like I'm stuck in limbo. Fuck me in the ass. I hate this shit. I really do.
Really? Like,
because now the whole
like, you have a radio, you have an online show. Like, how do you not have like take planned days off? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if I don't want to stream, like, I just don't stream, right? It's not a big deal. I just let the audience know and whatever. It's not a big deal. Like, just take the, like, I don't know. Like, I know they have to beg, they're e-beggars. Like, they ask people for donations to keep the show alive. So it's probably necessary for them to be there every day. But like, yeah, if you have to be there every single day, and if you're getting burned out, like, you should stop. That's what happened with Lee Live, right? Like, when I was coming home every day and like doing those morning shows, I enjoyed them. I liked doing them, but eventually there were these issues where like, oh, I'm not doing as much writing on the books. I have other things going on. I had to go to the grocery store. Like, I'm technically working like 14 hours a day. Like, it got to me eventually to the point where like I just had to stop. And I've been trying to do like incorporate more morning shows, right? Like, they're a thing that happened pretty frequently now. I've been trying to stick with that, but like, I understood that what I was doing, well, although fun and engaging and people liked it, like, it wasn't working for me like schedule wise, right? So I had to scale it back a bit, right? Like, why aren't they doing the same thing? Like, if she's complaining about working too much, like, you have to like start thinking about your scheduling. You have to start thinking about like whether your show is like leading to a is functional, right? You have to think about like whether what your work life balance is like. Like, it's like they're not thinking about that, right? I just don't. I don't understand how this is an issue. It's the same thing with Rekieta. Like, if you don't want to talk about, if you don't want to stream, like, just don't stream, right? Like,
show was kind of ground to a halt. We were off to a good start too. It was pretty decent, but I want to jump into this, but I think April would have a lot of fun. I think it would take her mind off shit. And by the way, if you're writing anything in the chat, I'm not looking at it. I've got this thing up here. So, all right. Well, here's the deal. If she wants to jump in the middle of this, she can. If not, then I fucked that up. What do you do? I was trying to be the concerned, protective husband, and I probably fucked that up. And now the whole internet can tell me what a fag cuck I am. Today's gonna be,
no!
I'll probably. What do you think?
Being self-aware about it doesn't mean it's like less pathetic, buddy. Like, like, oh no, like, ah, man, I hate how like, um, how much bravado he has about this. Like, oh man, I'm a cuck, like. It's like almost what Rekieta does. Like, I can see why Rekieta likes him so much. They have a lot in common.
Stay off Twitter today? Probably stay. Yeah, I'll probably stay off Twitter. I'm going to be. The good news for April is she is going to be seen as. They're going to see this as, well, Aaron's probably beating her.
Oh, what?
This will be a big W for her and a
I
big
don't think
shit sandwich for me. Let's go ahead and do this PPP Worski thing. They were watching our hot tub stream. Oh, this would be fun to do with somebody, but we'll do it ourselves. We got this. I think we're like 185 away from today. If you want to knock that out, that would be fucking awesome. That would really make this a little bit more digestible of a day if we knock out that last 185. All right, here we go. Kino Casino.
Like, he needs $185 in donations. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Watching the Imholt Rekieta hot tub stream. And again, these guys are biased. They do not like Nick. But this is great evidence. This is a great example of how you control a show and still be funny. I was entertained.
Speaking of homoerotic tension, let's go into Nick Rekieta.
All right.
First, I wanted to point this out. Vic Mignogna Felted has been reordered to pay $376,592.93.
So this isn't the hot tub stream. I don't know what all this. This is a little too deep into the weeds for me. So I'm gonna skip around. I don't really know what any of this shit is.
Vic is the last guy that Rekieta fucked over. Like, how do you not know this? Like, that's like essential to the Nick lore. Like, do you not know anything about this? Like,
Ty Beard. I don't know who that is.
that's one of Nick's
I just wanna
associates.
Go to the hot tub stream shit. All right.
In these defamation
Imagine
cases,
that's who you hire to save your life.
you hire a guy hiding behind Sean Connery because he's afraid that he lost the case. Anyway, Rekieta, this was so
Odd.
the cope afterwards on the Big Toe Morning Show or Steel Toe Morning Show. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Steel toe PPP. I'm giving you a lot of fucking respect, you chubby bitch. Say my name. I'm sorry. You know what? I like the guy. We got off on the wrong foot.
It's the steel morning
The
hour.
other guy in the hot tub says
Yeah.
that this was Nick Rekieta's idea. He says he didn't want to do it,
What?
but Nick Rekieta told him he had to.
Wait. The other guy.
Wait. Hold on. Was PPP taking me seriously? This is what I love about radio and hate about the internet. Regular, normal, everyday people who kind of get social cues and aren't remarkably autistic. Listen to your radio show. Complete fucking autists listen to internet podcasts. I was fucking around when I said, oh yeah, Nick totally made us do it. It was what?
Oh, okay. He's totally not bad, bro. Like, like, this is exactly like Nick, like, trying to come out and say, like, oh, I don't care about that, nah. Like, it's just a cope. Like, this clip, like, somewhat upset him. Like, he said it was funny, and here he is, like, damage controlling it, like, on stream. Like, what am I watching?
100% Rekieta's idea. When we were at the Rekieta's on that Sunday, and I remember I was watching the NFC Championship game. April and I were watching the NFC Championship game. Nick, not much of a football guy. And we're watching that game, and we said, we got to get home because we have to do the members only show. And then we were kind of spitballing and brainstorming, and we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We could just do it from the studio here, or we could do it from the hot tub, or we could do it wherever. And the hot tub idea, the girls liked it. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. Sure. I brought it up to Nick. He said, yeah, that sounds great. Blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of an everybody idea. I went on the show on Monday, and I said, oh, yeah.
Does that directly contradict his statement before? Because everyone else seems like adamant that it was Nick's idea. Like, the way he's making it sound, it's like it was like did he say the girls came up with it?
I brought it up to Nick. He said, yeah, that's up. And then we were kind of spitballing and brainstorming to get home because we have to do the members only show. And then we were kind of spitballing and brainstorming, and we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We could just do it from the studio here, or we could do it from the hot tub, or we could do it wherever. And the hot tub idea, the girls liked it. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. Sure. I brought it up to Nick. He said, yeah, that sounds great. Blah, blah, blah.
So Nick was the last one to come up with the. So April and Kayla were watching like a sports ball. Nick wasn't there. Like, why? What was he doing? Like, and then does that contradict what was said previously? That's what I want to know. Like, I don't actually. I know everyone has said that like it was Nick's idea to start with, but like that directly contradicts that. I really wonder if we can catch this guy in a lie. Like, I can't co-sign that myself. Like, outright say it's true, but like the fact is, like, Kiwi Farms was very specific that this was Nick's idea. So like the way he's making it sound, it sounds like he's doing damage control for Nick. Like it's just no, that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It was kind of an everybody idea. I went on the show on Monday and I said, oh, yeah, guys, I mean, totally Nick's idea. I mean, I had to do it. Nick wouldn't let me leave until I did a hot tub stream with him. I hate to break kayfabe, but PPP and Andy Worski either thought that was real or they want to believe it was real, so they just blew past all the sarcasm. But yes, I'm sorry, boys. I was being sarcastic. I'm sorry. And by the way, how is that a cope? Let's say that was. First of all, it's a sarcastic comment, so it can't
even the chat is calling him a cope. Wow.
be a cope. But how would that be a cope regardless?
This is a lot better than I thought it would be, by the way. It's just so like, oh man, coping and seething. Ugh.
If I said, oh yeah, Nick made us do it, wouldn't that just be explaining what happened? If that was the way it went down? These internet autists, man, they're so weird with their phrases and terms. They ruin them all because they don't know what they mean.
Well, like, if you told us that it was Nick's idea, like, no, like, that was entirely on you. Like, if you were the one who stated it was Nick's idea, then yeah, of course we would have that, like, take that as true. Like,
They use them as, like, shields for themselves. They use, like, cope and triggered and cuck and all these terms, and they don't know what they mean.
Yes, we do. Like, we know exactly what they mean. Better than you do, apparently. You radio show host. You arbiter of the obsolete medium. Like, nobody listens to radio shows anymore, bro. Like, nobody.
So they use them wildly irresponsibly, so they don't have to take responsibility for the fact that they're just being angry and trolly. Nobody wants to be just an angry troll. So they have to make up words and phrases to attribute behaviors to other people so that they can justify what they're doing. But so far, now, don't get me wrong. So far, I like these guys. I just had to set them straight on that one thing. Now I'm going to get out of their way and let them cook.
This video is 50 minutes long. Like, what do you want to bet, like, the entire thing is just him coping and seething about PPP and Worski for pointing out the very obvious fact that he's a homosexual? Like how much do you think he's gonna cope and seethe in the next 40 minutes? Like,
He fucking throws Nick under the bus.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He says that
What's his name? Robert?
Robert? Who
What's
knows?
his name? I guess. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, he's paying for wrongfully suing Theodore Fieser the Bald. I think he...
Me? No, I'm not. How dare you? My name's Robert. We can go with that. Who have I been so far? I've been Steel Toe Joe. That's what my radio idol Anthony Cumia calls me. Aaron, that's my Christian name. And now Robert is another one. Guys, if you don't know my name, just say you don't know my name. Don't embarrassingly guess. I'm sorry. Let them cook.
He sued for defamation and he lost. And then he...
Azeroth has gifted a sub, bringing us 8 away from the first
it's the
goal.
Steel Toe more...
Hey, wait a minute. These guys have a goal too. Why do I get shit for having a goal? I have a goal. These guys apparently a first goal. They've got multiple goals. Shit, I don't feel so bad now. I'm big time. I'm like Kino Casino. I heard Nick on his show the other day saying we just hit our first goal. I've only got one. These guys have multiple. I could learn from these dudes.
Morning show.
oh, come on.
His name's
Aaron.
Because Rekieta said it would be funny. I think what happened is... So...
Okay, These moments are my favorite. And again, not shitting on these guys. I actually think they did a funny job with this. But my favorite is when internet guys go, here's what happened. Because I can tell you from experience, whenever an internet person says, here's what happened from an event they weren't at, you can probably bet that it's closer to 180 degrees the opposite of what they said, and you'd probably win more money often than you'd lose it. Because these guys are like, here's what I think happened. And then they start to fill in the what if scenario with a paintbrush made up completely of all the bullshit they want to be true. So it's
Like, what are you talking about? Like, these guys, okay, Pino Casino on the stream, I've watched this clip myself. They go into detail about what we saw on camera, right? We saw the homoerotic tension. We saw like Kayla being disgusted with Aaron. We saw like the degeneracy live. We saw Rekieta end sober January early, right? We saw all this stuff. Like, this isn't speculation, right? Like, we know this happened, right? There is a lot of speculative elements as to like what went down, right? Again, like this is going to be a thing for me going forward, is like, was this Nick's idea or wasn't it, right? Like for me, like, but again, like in the end, that doesn't really mean anything, like whose idea it was. Like, we know what happened, right? And what happened in and of itself was degenerate, and yeah, I think it's safe to say that, yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with what Kino Casino is saying about this clip. And of course, like, I've had issues with Kino Casino making stuff up in the past. I've called him out on it, with the whole Drexel thing. Like, oh, he was a stepfather to this girl, and he had sex with her the day she turned 18, which isn't actually what happened. But like, it's close enough, like, obviously you're not going to hit like every detail correct when you're doing these kind of shows. But again, the general idea is there. And the general, okay, that's true for everything. It's not just internet shows, right?
like, they're like, here's what I think happened. It's kind of like the climate change people, where they're like, oh yeah, climate change is totally real and we have the solution. Oh really? What's the solution? Everything I've ever wanted to do the last 60 years, but you guys wouldn't let me. Wow, that's extremely convenient. So they don't like Nick. They seem pretty indifferent towards me. They think I'm a little gay. That's fine. Who doesn't? But if I had a nickel for every time April's been called a beard. But they hate Nick a lot. So when he goes, here's what I think happened, I guarantee you his what if scenario is going to be, Nick wanted to do this because he wants to fuck all of them. That's going to be kind of the lay of the land here, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because Nick and Kayla are swingers, right? They have gone to hedonism too. They are close relationship. They have a close relationship with a swinger, Drexel, right? Like, it's not unreasonable to assume that Rekieta is trying to get smashed, right? Like, it's not some giant leap to speculate that like Rekieta is homosexual, right? That's not like that he's a swinger, right? That's not some far-fetched claim at this stage. Like, we know it's very likely.
Whereas, again, I will tell you, April and I had to do a members-only show. We thought it would be funny to go out in the hot tub and hang out and film it for a little bit. So we did. I'm sorry that that's not a very sexy answer. I'm sorry that I don't have something a little more interesting for you. It's literally just 4 friends being retarded and going into a hot tub and saying gay shit, which they're going to nail us on pretty soon here.
It turns out...
Are they fucking, these two?
Yeah, so they're husband and wife.
Fuck yeah, we are. Now, I haven't seen this part where they go to the beginning of the hot tub stream. I'm really hoping that either PPP or Andy Worski gives me a little bit of an attaboy for how attractive my wife is. That would mean...
no.
Then you can call me a homosexual.
So they're sexually active, okay.
And then
Nice.
Rekieta's wife is there, and
Yeah.
Rekieta's in the hot tub with them.
Okay.
And they're basically like joking about being swingers,
Right.
but it's not really a joke because they're actually in a hot tub swinging together, getting drunk.
No, wait a minute. Hold on, PPP. I like this guy. But wait a minute. You've never been with friends and gotten in hot tubs together, now I'm starting to feel extra gay. Because, like, I've been hanging out with...
The hot tub is not the issue. Like, you were going in there and then making, like, swinging jokes. Like,
boy, this is going to sound bad. You know what? Kino Casino, have a blast with this one. I've been hanging out with, like, friends, like dudes, and we'll go in a hot tub. Like, I remember we were at a hotel for a buddy's wedding, and there were 3 of us there, and we were having a beer, and we were like, let's fucking go in the hot tub at the hotel. And we did. Didn't seem gay. Didn't seem weird. Seemed like just some guys having some beers in a hot tub.
that's not the point.
But now these guys are starting to make me feel like just going in a hot tub with people is now swinging. I didn't know that. I got tricked into swinging, and I didn't even know it. The minute I got into that body fluid soup of a hot tub, apparently by Kino Casino standards, I just became a swinger. Shit. And I said a lot of gay shit during this stream. I walked right into that punch. Rekieta, you son of a bitch.
Drunk.
Okay.
So
People are saying that Aaron can't get his wife to come.
yeah. So
Oh,
Aaron
no.
can't get his wife to come.
Wrecked.
You see what I mean? Like, these guys are funny. Like, legit. Who says that as, like, an investigative piece? I mean, look, I don't like it when people set me up to brag about my sex life, but it's remarkably active, and there's a lot of coming on all sides. Everybody's just coming their fucking faces off.
Not according to your wife. Like, the reason we know that is because she stated that. Like, huh? Like, wow. Okay, yeah, I'd like to see what, like, the wife says if she was on the show right now. I wish she was here. Like,
Me and April, Gino
April
and
and I?
Keanu, Chrissy and Frank, Nick and Lady Ray. I just figured that's what they want to hear. Oh, but April and I, sorry to say, we have quite a bit of sex. And there's a lot of coming on both sides. Very sorry about that.
oh, come on.
And so there's this.
Is this
Okay, if anyone from Kiwi Farms is watching this, like, where's the clip where she specifically says that? Like, I need to see it, because, like, he's acting like it's not going to get dug up again, like, but it's there. We've seen it. We know. That's why I got brought up.
There's this.
I want the disrespect of April to stop a little bit here, because look at this beautiful princess right here. You think if I was laying bad dick, someone like this would stick around? Have a little respect for her judgment. You got to be, to land someone this beautiful, you got to be able to throw some dick. It's just the way it is.
Why doesn't she want to come on the show then, buddy? Why is she not here? Why did she want to take the day off? Like, are you going to explain that, Aaron?
That's the way of the world.
This weird sexual dynamic going on here where Lady Rackets wants to fuck this guy's wife. She wants to scissor him. And then Rekieta wants to have sex with him.
How, okay, this is my first time ever seeing this PPP guy do anything. I'm sorry, I like him. I don't know any backstory into him. I don't know if he's like a creep or a good guy or a piece of shit or anything like that. I'd love to have him on the show. And Worski, too, for that matter. They could ask me anything. I don't take any of this stuff seriously or personally.
Why are you doing an hour-long response video? Like, it's a cope. Oops.
The April shit from today annoys me. But this stuff, this is all fun. But, like,
April, oh man, he's angrier at April than he is at Kino Casino. He's more upset with his wife than he is with these guys calling him a homosexual. Oof, that's not a good look, Aaron. Oof.
This PPP guy, I'm sure people will be sending me like, oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's done this, he's done that. I find him very funny in this whole thing. I see Worski as more of a mischievous, like he's waiting for a wound to open in Rekieta so he can shove a fucking samurai sword in it and gut him. Like I get the vibe that he's out for blood. But PPP, I feel like he's just trying to make jokes. I love his analysis. He is so confident in his analysis that Lady Rackets is just there to fuck April. She's got a one-track mind, and it's just have scissor April. That's it. And with the conviction of a born-again Christian confessing his love to Christ, PPP goes, and Nick wants to have sex with Aaron. He just lays that in there, and I don't think he's kidding. I think PPP believes that in his soul.
So it's not actually like the swinging that you would traditionally expect.
Wait. Toe's wife was a listener. To what?
Me.
To Rekieta.
To us? Oh, to
No, not to Rekieta. She didn't know who Nick Rekieta was until they were on Simpcast together. She was a listener of Steel Toe. I fucked one of my listeners and married her. I found a listener. I did what you're supposed to do. I found a really hot listener 8 years younger than me, and I fucked her and married her. That's what you're supposed to do. Like God intended when he created radio.
Okay, so that's how they met. So he fucked a fan. Like, I would not do that. Like, that seems to me like that's, that seems like a recipe for disaster, right? Where you, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
If God didn't want us to fucking marry our listeners, why did he create the medium? I ask you. Continue on, boys.
Rekieta.
So it's all just crazy.
All right, so this is like
It's all
very
this like
incestuous.
weird, like gay, fucking
Incestuous
swinging,
style.
cuckold shit.
All right.
PPP is just so enamored with all this. He's shaking in his little smoking jacket and his captain's hat. He's like, it's all very incestuous, cuckoldy, gay. He cannot get enough of this.
All right. Thank you everyone for the updates.
Now, this is going to be the toughest part to watch. I'm watching back this hot tub stream, and I must say, Nick and I definitely laid on the gay jokes a little too heavy. You talk about giving people ammunition. Holy shit, we handed it to him in cum balls.
Rekieta's wife hates Aaron. She just fucking hates him.
Why does she hate Aaron?
I don't know. I think because she is upset that Aaron wants to have sex with Rekieta. So Josh,
I love this fucking guy. Is PPP up right now? Get this guy to. I'll send him a fucking Zoom link. I would love to have him on. God damn it, that is funny. I just love how matter of fact he is about his analysis. Lady Rackets fucking hates Aaron. Oh yeah, wow. And I love that Worski is asking PPP as though like he's the scientist at Jurassic Park explaining to him how they made the dinosaurs. Worski's like, really? She hates him? Why? As if PPP would know. And PPP goes, well, allow me to bullshit you a reason. You see, she's mad that Nick wants to have sex with Aaron. So she hates Aaron because Nick wants to have sex with him. Hey.
Moon said was that Lady Rackets has threatened that Rekieta and this man are in a homosexual relationship. Because she feels like she can't compete with a man for her husband's affection. And because Rekieta is bisexual, it's now threatening the whole dynamic of the marriage.
Wow.
How do you not love this guy's earnest analysis of the situation? I don't know. I don't belong in the internet. I just don't, because I find this shit funny. And this would be something that would start a podcast war anywhere else. He's just, I love that he's sitting there with he's just got his gut out in a kimono or a Santa outfit, and he has the confidence of God going, well, no, you see what the situation is. Rekieta's a homosexual. And he wants to fuck this guy. So his wife hates him because he's a bisexual man.
Oh,
this was nuts. The Josh Moon take.
I believe him.
I believe him. He knows better than anyone.
That's true.
Is this a sister-wife situation? What is this? I'm the nicest person ever.
So your first words out of your mouth in the hot tub are, is this a sister-wife situation?
Look at Nick putting his leg on Aaron.
Like, that's gay as fuck, bro.
That's gay as fuck. Now, I don't know. I don't remember his leg being on me in this moment. I believe my legs are going out this way and Nick's are forward this way. But I will say this. I believe that PPP has probably scoured this video clip way more than I have. It's my shoulders. And I believe he would know way more than I do.
Bro,
That's like what you do privately with your friend. No,
That was funny.
I don't know, man.
That's
It's all
gay.
so
Hang
sussy
on.
in
Hang on,
this
let me just
tub.
do one thing here real quick.
You're not PPP. Now your stock just went down. You can't be a man and say sussy. It doesn't work.
I gotta extend this out. All right. There we go. All right.
Person ever. I'm gonna make them
Hi,
see
Chad.
later.
Whoa!
That was a bit sussy, wasn't it?
I mean, they're okay. I know I pause a lot, but Jesus Christ, Nick Rekieta just opened his eyes to read the chat, and these guys are like, "We have found the Ark of the Covenant. Here it is, boys. Take a look. Exhibit fucking A."
Look at the gay look. Look at this. He's looking at Rekieta with lust in his eyes.
That's
Like he's horned up for Rekieta, buddy.
PPP, I'm having a good time with my friends in a hot tub. I'm laughing at the things that everybody's saying. I'm not, I feel the need to defend myself from this guy. I am not looking at Nick with lust in my eyes. I don't like that every time there's a look, this PPP has to make it gay. I'm smiling because it's silly and I'm having fun.
Like this is right before he like grabs Nick's ass, right? Like this is just right before that happens, right?
Or I'm looking at him with gay lust in my eyes.
That's the face of a.
That's a gay fucking
He's
look.
right.
That's almost as gay as Catboy Cammy and Nick
That
staring
I
each
would
other.
say-
Wait a minute. I am not as gay as Catboy Cammy and Nick Fuentes. Now you've gone too goddamn far. But tell me these guys aren't being funny. They're not saying anything that like goes after my family. They're not saying anything that like doxes my house. They're not saying anything that shits on like innocent bystanders or anything like that, like a lot of hacks do. This is actually just fun. I don't even know if it's probably not even good-natured because these two guys do have it in for, they do hate Nick, but it comes off to me as someone who doesn't have history with them as very good-natured, especially this PPP guy breaking it down like he's on the fucking Warren Commission.
Hey, I would say gayer.
It's, bro, they're in a hot tub.
Yeah, like and look,
I-
Nick, what's going on with your beard? That's
Fucking
a
beard is
man's
weird.
Beard.
It's puby.
Look at this.
Let's let them do whatever weird things they're doing behind the.
Guys, this is why you don't drink in fucking stream. Seriously, this. Whoa. Whoa.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why I'm biting my lip, but I will give you this. You know, they say don't hand your enemies any ammunition. I don't know if I had an itchy lip. I don't know if I had
An itchy lip. An itchy lip. I have never in my life had an itchy lip and thought to myself, oh, I'm just going to bite it in the most sensual way possible. You know, like that has never happened ever. That does not happen. Okay. That I think is the biggest cope we've seen tonight. Itchy lips. Are you joking? Like,
had some kind of reaction to chlorine. I know that the chlorine burned off a big chunk of my hair on my leg because I think Nick put some kind of treatment in it like a half hour before, and it burned off a big chunk of leg hair by my ankle. But for some reason, I was making a lip bitey gay face.
yeah, for
The
some
only defense
reason. I wonder what that reason could be.
I can muster from PPP because PPP is probably about to tell you exactly what that lip bite means. The only defense I'll muster for PPP here is that I was probably reacting to something the girls said.
Oh,
That's not going to.
that's a cope. That is a cope. You're not looking at the girls, right? Like, come on. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's not going to sway him, I don't think.
Buddy, he's biting his lip.
Look at
Buddy,
this.
there's some real sexual tension going
Let's
on.
go,
buddy.
faulted, etc.
Yo.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's
No.
That's the face you make before you fuck a man in the ass.
I mean, he's not wrong. That is, look, but now, wait a minute, Mr. Worski. While you're correct, and that is the face you make before you fuck a man in the ass, that's not all that face is good for. I understand that 92% of that face is you're about to fuck a guy in the ass, but I promise you that face being made by me was one of the 8% things. It's probably an itch.
what the
Camera.
fuck?
I am taking over the stream. Just kidding, I'm kidding. Whoa!
Oh,
He just
no.
grabbed his ass? Buddy, he just grabbed, he cupped his balls, buddy.
Okay, all right. I did not grab his ass or cup his balls. He acted, one of the girls, or he's just pretending that I grabbed his ass or cupped
Wait.
his balls. He's
What? What? No! 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 You 100%. No, you can tell by the reactions of everyone in the tub that he was touched by someone. And we know who touched him. Like, we know what happened. Like, this isn't even a cope anymore. This is just straight up delusion. Like, this is straight up rewriting what happened in the stream. Well, attempting to rewrite it. Like, this is just straight up, like, delusional. Like, whoa.
selling me down the river here. I'm not a grab the guy's ass guy in the hot tub. And if I am, then these guys have got me pretty nailed to the wall on gayness for a minute. This is like trying to defend yourself in court, but not really being sure what you remember from that day. And being like, oh, like, you know you didn't kill this person, but by the middle of the trial, PPP's the prosecutor, and you're going, fuck, maybe I did.
Oh, come on. Like, so what you're telling me is that he was so drunk that he doesn't remember what he did during the hot tub. And now he's coping because he looks unbelievably gay. Like, that seems to me like what's happened here.
Because he's spinning such a good yarn.
Balls. Buddy, he's cupping his
it
balls
down.
in the hot tub.
Okay.
I am taking over the stream. Just kidding, I'm kidding. Whoa!
Yeah, you can see him move forward. You can see him do it. Like, you don't see the touch, but, like, you can tell that that's what happened.
So that was either he cupped his balls or he put a finger up his ass.
Why? Wait a minute. Why does it have to be those two, PPP? Why can't it be like, I, like, poked him like that, or maybe I, like, gave him a masculine ass slap or something?
Masculine? Don't you mean gay? Like, come on, bro.
Something like that. Why does it? I don't like that it has to be either I stuck a digit up his ass, which in a swimsuit, I tell you, is, dare I say, impossible. Or I cupped his balls. Why do those have to be the only two options? This is what I find, dare I say, a little unfair about PPP's analysis. He's an either or guy. He doesn't leave the window open for other possibilities.
Or both. He's like, whoa, look at it. Look at it, buddy. That's a pillow biter face, buddy. That's surprised at the poop shoot.
I will say this. I would love to defend Nick here, but the minute the heat is off of me, I feel a lot better. I'm not trying to laugh at him. I'm just not trying to help.
Sure, he put his thumb up his ass.
Why does it have to be a thumb?
Oh, no.
Why can't it be a pinky?
Okay.
I don't know whose hand it was.
That was
Well, it's
Yes, you
neither
do.
of them. They're on the other side of the tub, bud. Lady Rocket's like,
She's like, why am I here?
hello, darkness, my old friend.
Whoops.
Give me welfare money.
There you go.
But it felt like Aaron.
So, by the way, some Kiwi farmer tallied it up. Remember how much money Rekieta used to make?
Okay, so now they go into his money and shit like that. That's, who gives a fuck about his money? Okay, here we go. Now they're going to make fun of me a little bit more. Because, again, I keep opening the door for these fucking weirdos.
Actually, Kayla's foot. Okay.
Why are you so...
By the way, this is like coming from the guy who did the, what's it called? The Kyle Rittenhouse extravaganza.
Printing all that
Netflix.
money. The Johnny Depp trial.
Fuck, man.
Wish to the master.
Look, the fact of the matter is...
He was number one in Super Chats for a while, because you go, well, $50,000, it's still good.
It's still good, yeah.
I mean, when you
okay, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because there's still
just
talking
a
about his
massive
money.
decline from where he was.
Imagine streaming this to 6 people.
6 people.
And then thousands watch it elsewhere.
And laugh at
just
you.
laugh and go,
6
what is this?
How dare you,
that we're doing this completely out of pity.
April, don't make my
They
hand
don't
do
have a
that.
lot of
Hold on, we
friends.
got the beefcake.
There aren't a lot of people that are going to
I
hang
actually believe him.
out with them. So we just go ahead and we hang out here. Because otherwise they're just going to be lonely.
Whoa, that's the truth.
See, this is what I love about these two. I have to say, I can't be mad at these two. Because I will go up and deadpan, just sarcastic, say, it's a thing on a fucking hot tub stream. You're not thinking about Andy Worski and PPP when you're doing the hot tub stream. And
Well,
you're just
don't do
having
the
a
hot tub
silly
stream.
time, and you're saying whatever stupid shit comes to your mind to entertain the couple hundred people or whatever that are watching it. And I go, yeah, they're just lonely, and if we don't come up here and visit them, there'll be nobody around, and they have no friends. And those guys are like, whoa, bro, that is a confession. That is totally true. That guy totally didn't know that that camera he was looking into was on and that there was an audience on the other side. He 100% meant that shit. I love these two for that.
That's sad, buddy. Rekieta, none of his he used to have friends, and then the alcoholism, they don't want to be around it anymore. The weird swinger shit, the cuckold shit.
This is rough, bud.
What weird Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah, the swinging shit. Yes, that is terrible.
He can only be with another swinger couple. And it's just a weird swinging where the men have paired off with each other to have gay sex. It's not even like the traditional husband-wife swap.
Yeah.
It's like a gay swinger.
I love this guy. Look, I've dealt with this before because we hang out with Gino and Keanu. So, like, the swinger accusation shit, I'm totally used to. And it's funny to me, and I play along and everything else. But, like, the fact that PPP is, like, Inspector Clouseauing this into a gay thing, that's a new one for me. And again, he has the conviction of Christ in his heart on this. He's not fucking around. He's like, they are gay swingers. There is butt sex going on, and these two girls are scissoring. This is not a fucking joke.
Listen,
he's got to experiment. Well, Diddler Dax sucked cock at Burning Man, and Rekieta is following in the footsteps of Zero.
Yep.
So wait, so now I fucked Rekieta in the ass, and he sucked my dick? Hopefully in reverse order.
That's not what he said, but okay.
Everywhere, I guess we're swinging tonight. Maybe.
See, now that's the internet joke. The internet joke is two couples are hanging out. They must be fucking each other.
No. Rekieta has expressed an interest in swinging, all right? It's like what when PPP said, like, it's not a joke.
I think it's a funny bit. I mean, I can sit here and say, I'm not doing it, but what's the point? Just fucking go with it. But these guys, they hear, oh, maybe we are swinging, and they're like, oh, shit, felted. Oh, they're swinging.
Wait a minute.
And
did they say? Huh. Interesting that he would claim, like, felt it as a joke. Okay, so if you're not aware of PPP lore, you wouldn't know about, like, the felted thing. That, to me, seems like he's done a little bit of pre-screening into, like, who Kino Casino are. Like, he knows a little bit more about Ashton than he's letting on, because the felted thing is something he invented, right? So, like, if you weren't a fan of the Kino Casino, you wouldn't know that. I don't think they've said felted this entire clip. I might be wrong on that, but I mean, I think if they have, you wouldn't pick up on it. Like,
love them for it.
You know?
I hope you win $1 million.
I guess we're swinging
What's
tonight.
her name, Sarah?
It's totally a joke, guys. They're definitely not.
Look at Nick here.
He's like, oh no.
He's like, let's go.
Yeah, I know. He's fired up.
He has no pupils. It's like Slender Man. What's your
It's
name?
just
Wait a minute. Worski and PPP have opened my eyes. He really is trying to fuck her. God damn it, I gotta step in and stop this nonsense right away.
They've never claimed that Rekieta was interested in April. Like, never. It has not happened.
I'm glad I watched Kino Casino. I would have never known that Nick's trying to make moves on my chick. Motherfucker. Thank you, PPP. Thank you, Worski. I appreciate this more than you know.
the joke, bro.
You just prevented something terrible from happening. I hope I'm not too late.
Unless.
Is her name with no condoms? Her name's April.
No
okay.
con.
April.
Well, who's going to use condoms? Condoms are gay. What are you, a sailor?
Neil.
I put it on the table. They've rejected me.
Look, guys, here's the deal. There's no swinging tonight unless Nick and I get drunk enough and we decide our lips look too tasty.
It's just.
Okay, now let me say, before they start ripping me apart, too fucking gay. Don't say that next time. I know in your head you think it's a funny thing to say, but that was remarkably gay. And here's what's the worst part about it is, he's not laughing. She's not laughing. She's not laughing. I need the three of them to laugh. I'm fucking around. The fact that they're all considering this makes me feel I'm in the wrong place. I come from a group of friends where we joke about gay shit sometimes. Only it's followed by laughter, and then you call each other the gay F word. There's too much tolerance in this hot tub for that shit.
Oh, look how mad she is.
Now, in fairness, this is where these guys do have it right. She gave me this fucking look at least 4 times during that stream. I do think there's a big part of her that does not like me. I think she sees me as, and I don't think she watches this show, so I think I can say this. I think she sees me as like, not a corruptive force, but like, just like, why is this big dumb retard like enabling my husband's retarded sense of humor like this in like a gay, embarrassing way? I think she finds.
Yeah, I've said something. I've said similar things, isn't it? Haven't I? That like Nick is surrounding himself by people with like this, people like Kumalat, people like Dax, people like this guy, like who are just complete degenerates and like try and like justify it, right? Like it does come off as if Kayla isn't completely on board with the degeneracy. So it's interesting to see someone finally acknowledge it. I do find this really interesting, by the way.
Finds me embarrassing, which, I mean, let's be honest, not far off.
Let's go, felted, etc.
She's seething because he's taking her man. Her husband is gonna get fucked up the ass by this other guy from Steel Toe radio show.
How do you not love this chubby fucker? He's great. He's got the whole scenario played out. He's like, Lady Rackets is looking at that guy because she's mad at him because she knows that they're gonna kiss and then he's gonna fuck her husband in the ass. He's got it all mapped out before I even know what I'm gonna do.
That's fucking nuts.
Aaron's butthole is mine.
You notice we ladies are on the inside. It's to keep these boys off each other.
The sexual tension.
They can't help themselves.
We pretend that the heads of our penises are magnets with the same charge.
Okay, look.
Okay, now Andy Worski is about to be made very uncomfortable by what I just said. In many ways, he's supposed to. That's the whole point, is I want to say outlandish things that make people uncomfortable. What I've learned in watching Kino Casino is that the flip side of that is I've also opened myself up to mountains of gay ridicule. So, hey, congratulations, dickhead. You made people uncomfortable. Guess what else? They also think you're angling to fuck this guy in the butt.
I know we make gay jokes, but God,
this is a little bit much, bro. You're in the hot tub. Listen, when you're in the hot tub with another man, and you're drunk, which you want to avoid this at pretty much all times if you can.
Yeah.
But, if you have to be in a hot tub with another man drunk, maybe lay off the...
Don't talk about the
Don't
cock.
be talking about...
You know what I love about that? In that clip, Andy Worski sounds, he's not shitting on me. It just sounds like disappointment. It sounds like this is his first experience of this steel toe guy. And he's like, you know what? I had some hope that this guy wouldn't be too fucked up. And now I'm disappointed. I've got to go to that again where he's just like, don't talk about the dicks. Like, I caused him pain and I didn't mean to.
Maybe lay off the.
Don't talk about the.
Don't be talking about touching tips in the tub, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't. Now, wait a minute, PPP. You're the analysis man. You will know that I said we treat our dicks like they're magnets with the same charge. What happens when you put two magnets with the same charge together? They avoid each other. They go close and then they go. Whoop. So I was not talking about touching tips. It was more of a gay chicken thing.
Oh, come
And by the
on.
way, what I just did there helped a ton.
Yeah, like
whoa.
even if you're JKing
buddy.
around,
It's not
Is
at a
it?
certain point. It's like
But
it'd
you're
be so
drunk.
funny, right?
Is an obese man in a Santa Claus smoking jacket allowed to call me gay? Because if so, then I was way too gay on this stream. There is no universe where a man wearing that should be allowed to call any other human being a homosexual. Because he looks like a soft, doughy bottom. And the fact that I'm allowing this man, and by the way, shoulders getting big. Nice. It's a little narcissism. I don't think a guy like this should be allowed to tell me how gay I am unless I apparently have gone way too far over the line.
Let's just touch the tips. Oh, it's so funny. Then they start making it. Wouldn't it be
Stalking.
funny? Yeah.
We just go.
Guys, I lost my voice, and you know how.
It gets very uncomfortable.
if I lost my voice, then you know how.
So Rekieta is implying that
Deep-throating.
he'd be the one sucking his cock.
I love it. I love that PPP is like a Christian lady hearing about pornography for the first time. He's like, so Rekieta is admitting that he would suck his cock. What I love about the way these guys have approached this is it takes away any agency of fucking around. Like, it takes away any idea. They're not even entertaining the concept that it could be four people fucking off and being silly in a hot tub. These guys are brilliant in that they frame it in a way where they've made this silly Spinal Tap thing we're doing into an actual documentary.
But it is a documentary. Like, this is how these people actually behave, right? This isn't a bit you're doing. This isn't a comedy routine. Like, this wasn't scripted. You know, it was a spontaneous thing. Like, hey, let's do this stream. This is who you really are. Like, that's the issue here, is that this is who you really are.
It's fucking brilliant. And it's why I wish I maybe would have laid off the gay a little bit. Thank you, PPP.
Look at him with the limp wrist here, the other guy.
Aaron,
He's doing this sussy.
I do not mind saying I am being fucking destroyed by PPP right now. What am I supposed to say? That that's not a limp wrist and I'll fight you, you piece of shit? No, it's a limp wrist. Like I said, I should have gayed it down big time during this hot tub stream. I've lived, I've learned.
Limp
Aaron,
wrist.
I just met you not this way, but
Whoa, buddy.
That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like somewhere in Worski's heart, he's like, maybe if we had met not with you in a hot tub with a guy I fucking despise talking about touching dicks, maybe in that universe, you and I could have been pals.
Oh, come on.
Not this way. Sorry, Andy.
Arista Cox says hashtag swing stream. That's fine.
Oh, this is hashtag swing stream. I'm sorry.
you may as well at this point go on to some campsite and start fucking.
Yeah.
You may as well start fingering and fucking and anal,
It'd
whatever
be
it is.
so funny.
You may-
Anal. Oh, my goodness. That's getting a lot of permissions there. Jesus, Andy. All of it? Wow. Thought we'd ease into it at first. Jesus.
as well.
It'd be funny. It'd be jokes.
It's the cream stream.
You can't fit one in
I
here.
think I just touched your foot. Sorry.
They're touching.
Don't you dare.
Okay,
you're
look,
playing
look,
footsies.
Now we're in.
Listen, I understood like the gay jokes or whatever. It's a little bit much.
You did not seem to understand the gay jokes. Don't you sit there and give me a pity benefit of the doubt now, Triple P. You did not understand the gay jokes. You thought they were remarkably untoward.
But fun. But now
you're playing footsie.
You're
It's
playing.
what you said. The joke becomes like a reality.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, wouldn't it be funny if we did footsies?
Yeah.
Okay, now wouldn't it be funny if I grabbed your cock?
Wait a minute. But that's not, you're doing a thing, PPP, called ratcheting. You're taking a very simple thing, and then you're ratcheting it up to a 10 and making it look like it's just a small step away from one another. You know what I'm finding that I'm disliking about these two? They're taking away my agency from me. I just want to be able to say no, and these two are telling me that I'm just on a train track that's heading to sodomy, and I didn't want that. That's not what I intended. This was supposed to be art.
I mean, wouldn't it be funny if I started stroking it? Yeah, this is really funny. Okay, now I'm gonna start sucking it. This is jokes, bud. Like, at a certain point, it's not a joke, bro. You're playing footsie in a hot tub with another man.
But that doesn't mean we're sucking dicks. Why am I defending myself?
Oh, no.
Your wife's there. What's going on?
Look at the way Lady Rackets is staring at me. People thought I was kidding on the stream. I don't think she likes me. Everyone wants to bring up this swinging possibility. Hey, first I got to get this woman not to be repulsed by me. That's step one. Then we can consider the swinging thing. I mean, unless we're already doing it. I can't keep the story straight anymore. What am I supposed to be doing? Am I swinging or am I trying to swing? I thought, because here's me. I thought it was just four friends being silly in a hot tub. I didn't know that we were fucking on cams, for God's sake.
I apologize.
I'll look into your eyes next time.
You bite your lip and you give her hell.
I think for a certain dono, we could get a lip kiss from these two, maybe?
Nope.
Dono, you couldn't give me 1,000 donos.
She's
I love how, no, here's what these two are going to do now. April threw that out there. I didn't agree to it. Look at my face. I don't like the idea. Lady Rackets loves it. Nick loves the idea. I fucking hate it, but they're going to act like I'm in. Again, these two are taking away my agency. If I was a college girl, I could charge them.
No, there's not enough money to get us in. But she's fired up at the idea of her husband, like, fucking Rekieta.
Yeah, and Rekieta
She wants to see it happen.
And Rekieta has to pretend to not want it.
It would be one thing if the two wives were kissing. You
That's
could play it
different.
off as this cutesy lesbian thing for money or whatever. But when two men are kissing in the tub.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Wait a minute. BBB, hot tub. We're not in a bathtub. This man plays fast and loose with linguistics, let me tell you.
After playing footsie.
And when they're both bricked up, too.
Oh, my
Bricked
God.
up. I don't. What does bricked up mean? I'm a child. I don't know what bricked up means. I'm an innocent. Does that mean cocaine? I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know if that means cocaine or not because I'm a child. Oh. That's why April's crying. She wants box. That could be it. Maybe she just misses Lady Rackets, and that's what all the problems are today. Hard cock. Oh, bricked up equals boner. Okay. Amanda Hug and Kiss. PPP might be a closet cross-dresser after this show. Oh, man, do I have a lot of thank yous to burn through. But
Okay, like, what the hell was that? Like, what a cope. Like, what a seed. Like, unbelievable. Like, this guy is really just going to sit here and tell us that, like, for an hour, that, like, we were actually gay. Like, it was all just a joke, bro. Like, exactly Nick Rekieta's playbook, right? Like, it was just a joke. You know, it wasn't serious, guys. I was just having fun with my friends. It's, very Nick Rekieta-ish. Like, it's the exact same kind of mindset that, like, I'm just a joke. It's just a joke. Don't take it seriously. Don't criticize me at all. Don't address like the very real possibility that I might be gay. You know, like don't bring any of that up at all. You know, it's It's just weird. He didn't do a good job refuting any of that, by the way. Like I said beforehand that, like, I don't think Kino Casino said anything inaccurate in this clip because I'd seen it ahead of time, right? And yeah, they didn't. Like, nothing that they said was wrong. And everything Steel Toe did, like Aaron did, was just like sit there and just go like, "Oh, I was just messing around. It was just a joke. I'm not a homosexual." Like, no, like, you're not fooling anybody, buddy. That live stream was embarrassing, right? It wasn't funny. It wasn't interesting. Like, it was an embarrassment. I think it's gonna like follow you for a long time. Like, this is not gonna be the last time that stream is clipped. Like, I think we're gonna get a lot more context as to like how that stream came about and like some of the deep lore background stuff. Like with Kayla especially, I think is the big thing that's on my mind at the moment. But like, yeah, watching that was, man. Every time I watch that live stream, like, it is downright embarrassing. And it's weird to me that Steel Toe is actually coming out and trying to damage control it. Like, trying to say that, like, oh, it's perfectly normal, guys. Have you never gotten to a hot tub with your buddies and made gay jokes? Well, no, I haven't, because I'm not gay. That's the reality of the situation. Like, it's a cope. Like, this is a cope stream, right? It's very interesting seeing his take on events, seeing him try to damage control it. It's not going to work. Like, if this show was in any way relevant, I think more people would be calling him out on his nonsense. But as it stands, I don't think Kino Casino have responded to this yet. This video is only 10 hours old, well, 11 hours old now. I might be the first person to respond to this. So I'm curious to see if, like, what the developments for this are going to be. And until next time, I will see you all next time for the next Rekieta retardation.